And I want to introduce, this is the man of the hour. This is why you're here tonight, right? He's got a lot going on. He's got a crazy new action movie out next month called Bloodshot with Vin Diesel. He's got his own whiskey, guys, Sassenach Spirits. And he's a good guy, a great actor, and I consider him a friend and a buddy. Give it up for the star of Outlander, Sam Heughan.
Let's hug it out. Come on.
An hour-long hug. Hey, buddy.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I've got a superstar that people like next to me. That's a good feeling.
We like you too, Josh.
Do
you like his jacket? I gave it to him.
This is the first thing he said to me, and I really doubt that you feel that you mean it. Like, you hate my jacket. Okay, let's sit.
Hi, everyone. What's this?
That's a timer, so I know when you turn into a cloud of smoke.
I turn into a pumpkin?
Yeah, exactly.
Like your jacket?
For the podcast listeners, it's not pumpkin. It's pumpkin. Never mind. So Sam, it's good to see you, buddy.
How are you? Hello, New York. Yes, that's where I am. Yes. Oh, wow.
All right. Take me back. These fans, you've got, 800-900 people that are just obsessed with you, and specifically this show. When you were growing up, what was the object of your obsession, pop culture-wise? What was your TV show? What was your Outlander?
What was my Outlander? I think I've told this story before, but I grew up in Scotland, in rural Scotland.
You're from Scotland,
I am, actually. Little known fact.
We are breaking news tonight.
Revealing all the spoilers.
Yeah.
My mum had a black and white television that you had to tune in the channels. And we only had 4 channels. And I remember when we got the 5th one. So I was only allowed to watch one TV show a day. And it's kind of funny because when I left home and went to university, my mum went out and bought the biggest color television and DVD player. So there was something going on there.
You currently, my sense is from talking to you in the past and seeing your activity on social media, you consume a good amount of TV and film. Talk to me about Cheer, Sam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, can we talk about Cheer?
I've been watching too, it's pretty good.
It's so good, isn't it? I gave in last night and followed Jerry on social media. And all of them, actually, Gabby, and I just want to know they're okay. Lexi.
Right.
Lexi, I'm worried about her.
So have you exchanged DMs? Have you exchanged any actual communication with any of the Cheer folks?
No, not yet. That would be like proper stalking, but I'm working up to it.
Are there cheerleaders back home? Is that such a thing?
No, there's not. We should definitely get some.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the show, maybe. We could just have Cheer in the background. Yeah, we don't even have American football, really. We have a couple of, strange teams that we've created, but we don't really understand it.
Wait, strange football teams that you've created?
Well, we have, the Lions. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of them. But anyway, yeah, we don't quite understand American sports, though we like to watch it.
Well, we appreciate your enjoyment of our weird backward sports.
I watched the Taylor Swift documentary.
Oh, I did too. Really good, right?
Big fan.
Were you
I follow her now as well.
Is this a new appreciation, or
yes.
were you all... Oh.
Yes. It is. I think she's... it's amazing. She's such a good songwriter, and I think a really decent person. And, television is the truth, right? Whatever you see on television, it's real. So...
she seems like a decent person. She had kind of like an awakening of using her voice for good causes too in the course of it.
Yeah, and she's
not to mention
conscious.
she's a brilliant songwriter.
Have you met her?
No, I've not.
Oh, well.
Wow.
Well.
This is the biggest superstar I know.
Cheer and Taylor Swift on the same podcast. That would be quite something.
That's the next one. We're going to book that one. Okay, here's my question. Did you ever have any awkward years growing up? Are there the year when you had braces and acne and don't look at me like that. Don't pretend. Don't do this feigned, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Did you ever...
You're still having them, right?
I was going to say... He beat me to my own joke. I was going to say, did you ever look like me, basically? No, there must have been some period of your life where you felt out of place.
I was wondering if I can wear your glasses, but this is like school. It's true. Katrina said last night on Twitter, it's like schoolyard behavior. I'm basically bullying you.
What is it that I do to you? Why do you...
I don't know why. I just feel I have to. Look at that. Look at that little face. Sammy, I got you. Yes, no, I think like everyone does. I wear glasses. I have terrible eyesight, and always have done. So yes, growing up those formative years, I was very embarrassed to wear these glasses because back in that time, I had like thick lenses, much like yours.
Okay.
And so I didn't want to look at the black. I don't want people to see me wearing my glasses at school, so I wouldn't wear them. So I couldn't see what was going on the blackboard.
Right.
So I didn't really do very well for the first couple of years at school till I got contact lenses.
Yeah, you'd be like the annoying guy, like if and when you eventually play like Superman and they put the glasses on you, they're like, oh yeah, I wonder who the superhero is that's working at the Daily Planet.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, it wasn't the best disguise, was it?
Yeah, no.
Does that mean you're like Superman when you take them off? Like...
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep. 20 pounds go away, 6 inches go up. What was the plan B if acting didn't work out? What else are you qualified to do as a human being?
What am I qualified to do?
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, it all dries up. What can you get gainfully employed as, Sam?
Probably, I delivered sandwiches by bicycle. I've done that before.
Cool.
But I ate a lot of the sandwiches as well. There's always a big surplus. I've done a lot of really weird jobs, being a sort of jobbing actor. I've been a barman. I was in the fragrance hall at Harrods. I was one of those people that stand there like this.
Yeah.
I sold women's clothing. I sold Vivienne Westwood.
I mean,
you want some?
it's like sexiness by proximity.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why is that a woo?
Want to buy a pair of tights? Yeah.
Okay.
I never sold any tights, actually. Yeah.
So, what do your friends make of, like friends growing up, what do they make of what you've become and what...
A monster.
No, meaning like, do they give you crap? Do they make fun of like this like kind of crazy existence that you have now? Because they know the guy before all of this.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I do have a very sort of core group of friends back from Scotland where I grew up, and then also going to London. There was a lot of Scottish actors. We all moved to London and kind of all lived in the same area. I think we too scared to like branch out. And I think some of them have seen what I do, and some don't quite understand it. But yeah, they're all so supportive, and it's nice to be in Scotland also working. So I get to see a lot of my old friends.
If I'd met you right before this job came around, Outlander. Were you, like, what was your level of satisfaction and optimism about your career? Were you in a good place? That's a no. That's a...
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, Outlander's changed my life, as I've probably said many times. And I was living in London for like 12 years. I was a jobbing actor, sort of doing small parts in TV and a bit of theatre as well. And then I had been flown to America a couple of times to test on various things. I tested on Tron, the movie.
my brother wrote that movie.
You wrote it?
My brother did.
Your brother did?
Yeah. We could have had another life together, another existence.
Wow.
This was destined to happen,
This
Sam.
was. No matter how much I try and get rid of you.
Guys, wait, what?
What?
Nothing. It must be the
That's amazing.
acoustics in
He
here.
wrote that. I
Yeah.
loved that movie.
It's a
It
good
was
movie.
it was fantastic.
Good movie.
And,
Anyway.
yeah, I tested on lots of really weird shows. What else on Aquaman, the TV show, Beauty and the Beast. There was a lot of things I got very close on and thought it was going to happen, and it kind of didn't. And then so I eventually returned back to London and was back working in a bar again. And yeah, I definitely at the point I got Outlander, I was thinking, can I continue to do this? I was 24 and
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Someone pull up Wikipedia really fast.
Yeah. But definitely, I was definitely, not thinking about giving up, but I was like, can I continue to sustain myself, living in a bedroom in a
Right.
house with shared people and just, really having to work another job to sustain myself.
So you land the job, you land this amazing role on this series. Was it clear to you that this was going to be what it was, or did you have hesitation? Having been, any actor has these near amazing moments where you kind of steeling yourself for disappointment, like, it looks great on paper, but it's probably not gonna work out.
Yeah, well, you guys, you were a surprise. Oh, people are actually gonna watch this, maybe. Yeah, I think that was it. And Katrina and I did this amazing event here in New York, and I think we were like 2 episodes into shooting, and they flew us out to New York, and just people turned up, and we were, surprised by the excitement and the fervor of this show, and then on social media as well. I guess we saw a lot, the interaction with Diana and these fantastic fans. So yeah, it was surprising.
I would imagine part of the fun of learning that new existence was going through it with Katrina, because you guys were in kind of similar parts of your own career where you'd never had that kind of a role.
Yeah.
And did you kind of lean on each other, be like, this is crazy, right? This is crazy. How do we navigate this?
Yeah. Yeah, she, bless her, so I'm from Scotland and had been cast in the role for a little bit of time, so I had time to get accustomed to the process and what was going on. And I think she was cast like a week before or 2 weeks before we started shooting.
Right.
So she literally flew to Scotland and was thrown in at the deep end. And so, I think it was overwhelming, and she dealt with it brilliantly. But we did, I think that's why we've always got on, is that we've always had each other's backs, and we could sit there and go, this is crazy. Are we going to do this? What are we doing? And I think that sort of dialogue has been sort of the process.
One sense I've gotten from sometimes talking to the both of you at the same time is that, and something I appreciate, and as evidenced by our interactions, is that you both like to kind of take the piss out of each other a little bit. Just a little bit. Was that immediate, or was that like, do you have to get to a certain comfort level where you can kind of like brother and sister, kind of like, needle each other a bit?
I think she probably has taken the piss out of me from day one, to be honest. She's so funny, and she's very sharp. I think she comes from this big family, so she's used to like having to fight her way. And I think she's just great fun to work with.
So okay, an Outlander set versus other sets. What's the most surprising thing you think folks would find about being on an Outlander set that's maybe not what it seems when they see the finished product?
Yeah, I guess, I apologize, Outlander's real. It takes so much time. And I think, if you guys came to set, you would see how long and how precise it has to be to get like one shot. I brought my nephew, who's 14, on set last year, and we did this one shot all night, and he was so bored. He was like, really, is that all you do? And I was like, yeah, that's all we do.
What's the most common direction on an Outlander set? If you had to like parse out, like, what's the thing you've heard the most?
Be better. Like, is that it?
That's all you got, really?
Is that it, really? Yeah.
No. When you're shooting, I would take it by now you have a sense of the scenes that the fans are going to be most excited about. Like, is there a different energy on the set on the days that there are key scenes from the books, the key scenes that Ron and company have earmarked for you?
Yeah, I think, we know the scenes that you guys hopefully want to see, and hopefully we don't mess them up. There is pressure, you feel it, because everyone wants to get it right. And, if we don't get it right, you guys won't keep watching. So, we do feel it. But, the writing is good, and I love those scenes when you have Diana's text, when they just take it from her book. I think it's those are the scenes that really, they do sing.
Did you have an accurate sense of how significant the sex scenes and the love scenes would play in the show when you signed on?
I knew you were going to get to that.
Well, that's the really only stuff I want to ask. No,
Yeah.
no, but in all seriousness, they're important scenes to these guys and to those that love the books. Did it surprise you, sort of, just volume and how many of those kinds of scenes you had? No, I mean, it's
How regular?
It's
Yeah.
unlike any other show in that way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take the high road for once. You guys are minds in the gutter.
Disgusting. So, was I surprised by the volume and the regularity of the scenes?
I'm the only classy person in this building right now. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We can move on.
No, I wasn't surprised. No. I think, it was, season one definitely was, I think we all loved that season. It's a real journey of discovery for us. And, we were green and we had really not really done this kind of thing before. So we were kind of learning together. And I think, as we go on, we've become, I guess, more comfortable with those scenes, or we know how to handle them. But there's still an anticipation when you get to them, and still a nervousness, and they are still kind of awkward, if for probably more the crew than ourselves. But I think they've seen it all now. So,
do you ever have, when you're in production, or even when you're not in production, have dreams or nightmares related to your work?
Yeah. So I used to have these dreams about being naked on stage. And then I had to be naked on stage years ago. And I stopped having those dreams. But now I'm having one quite regularly at the moment.
Is it about a phone ringing?
Yeah, it's a phone. Is that I'm shooting a movie somewhere and we're about to do a big scene, and somehow I don't know the lines. And so I'm trying to shoot the scene, but try and work out what the lines are. And then I wake up and I'm still trying to think, like, what are the lines? What are the lines? And then I'm like, actually, there aren't any lines. But it's really weird. It's a really odd anxiety dream. And it's generally when I'm coming to see you that I get it.
Interesting. Yeah. My anxiety happens when I'm actually next to you. It's not in anticipation. It's just realizing, why do I bring this on myself?
Because you don't know what I'm going to do, right?
Yeah, it's a wild card.
Yeah.
Season 5 is days away.
Yes.
Not that you guys need to see this or hear this if you're listening to the podcast, but let's prime the pump a little bit and let's watch the trailer for the new season.
Come on, let's watch it, yeah.
And then we'll get into it, okay?
Awesome.
All right, let's take a look.
Do you ever feel as if everything's pointing you towards something? Space, time, history. I am grateful for every day we have.
Whatever tomorrow brings.
We ran into the corners of
It is a blessing. You came to me.
the love we choose to make.
Colonel Fraser, the time has come for you to fulfill your oath. Do not disappoint me.
Tonight we show
If there is a war,
the places I have
it would be safer in your time.
You want to go back, don't you? Our family is here.
You are my family.
If I am to keep people safe here, I need to know what's causing their illnesses.
Isn't this playing God?
I swore an oath to the crown, but I will not stand by and watch my kin killed.
People consider this to be the spark of the American Revolution. If we stop this fight now, America will never become America.
Promise, Jamie. Promise me you're coming back.
I swear it.
can't say what might befall us. And just as you give me your word, I give you mine. Stand by my hand.
What kind of world is this?
The only world.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yeah. It looks all right, doesn't it?
Worth the wait, I would say, right? Worth the wait,
Yeah.
guys? Yeah. Epic. I mean, you guys from the start, the production value has just been stellar, but it seems like you guys raise the bar every year. It looks huge.
Yeah, I think, you know, we always talk, John Gary Steele, who, exactly, he deserves a big round of applause. Actually, every department does. We have a new costume designer as well, Trisha Bigger, who's fantastic. And but the sets, as you can see, are amazing. Gary does a great job. And actually, this is his last year, which is a real shame. But there's so much to see, and as you can see, it is totally epic.
Do you enjoy watching the reactions in real time on Twitter, wherever you are? I mean, are you looking forward to the days to come?
Yeah, I have to admit, I secretly do. Even if I'm not tweeting, I'm like, oh my God, what are they saying? What are they saying? Yeah, it's fun.
So a few things to mention from that trailer. Obviously, Jamie in the red coat is significant. More significant for the character or for you to put that on? I mean, there's a lot of weight to that.
Yeah, so before we even finished last season, I knew, chatting to Matt and the writers, that Jamie was going to be on the side of the British, and it just got me thinking. And I really wanted to see him in a red coat. I thought it's a total 180 or 360 almost. That everything that he's fought against, everything that his whole history with Blackjack Randall, with Ardsmuir Prison, for Culloden fighting for his people, that it signifies everything that he's fought against. And I thought it would be a really interesting place for Jamie to have to wear that and take on board that. And as we know, Jamie's a man of honor and a man of his word. I thought it's going to be a really tough thing for him to do. And you see that, yeah, he maybe has to don it.
It seems like you almost get to channel a little bit of your Scottish Braveheart roots with some speechifying, some big speeches. Is that kind of that must be fun on a set to this is kind of when you're a kid, what you imagine movie acting would be.
Totally, yeah. No, I did. I grew up, pretending to be King Arthur and Robert the Bruce and William Wallace, and Braveheart was definitely part of me growing up. And so that when you get those big speeches, it feels very epic, and you feel very fortunate to be able to play them. And you're sort of looking at all the other actors in the eye, going, "Are they laughing at me, or are they with me?" But everyone is so supportive, and they're really in it. And this season is so good. It's a really good season.
You and Katrina are now producers on the show with this season. So how does that play out? In terms of just what does that mean? How involved, what aspects of the show did you enjoy getting involved in for the first time, or more intricately than you ever had before?
Yeah, it means I could even let you come on set, maybe. So, I don't know.
Let's put it to a vote. They're on my side.
Should I let him on set?
Who would you cast me as? Put me in the show.
Oh my God. So you've never been on a horse before, right?
No, look at me. Of course, I've barely been on a chair.
And you've never worn a kilt?
No, sadly not.
Or held a sword?
Again, I think they know the answer to this.
We're gonna have so much fun. It's gonna be perfect.
Okay, I'll give you some time to think on that one. But yeah, no, as being a producer, talk to me a little bit about how rewarding that's been.
So, we're really happy to have this position, and Katrina and I, we got the credit quite late on in the process, so we weren't really part of breaking the scripts down initially. But as the season went on, we had more and more say, and we were involved a lot more with the writing. And I think the last two episodes, and specifically the finale, we were really heavily involved. It's some big stuff this season, and the finale is probably our most kind of dramatic finale. So we're excited about that, and to be part of that process. And then also, we were involved in the production meetings, and you get to see, like how much work goes on even before the actors turn up on the day, or there's just so much to plan and so much work that goes into it. So, it's given us a new understanding of the show, and hopefully, we can have even more influence in the future.
Is there when you crack open a script, is there a stage direction or phrase? Yeah, literally crack it open. This is how I imagine you doing it. When you open your script or you click on the button on your computer, however you do it, what's the phrase you dread seeing? What's the stage direction? What's the thing that's like, oh God, not this again?
Oh, wow. Jesus, I'm not sure, actually.
You game for anything?
I'm pretty game for anything, yeah. I think, I think when you see, I don't know, Jamie takes his top off and, like, oh, Christ.
I hadn't noticed.
Okay.
Has he been shirtless before?
No, not yet. I've managed to avoid it, but I just think, I'm not going to be able to eat that day, so.
Right. Just don't write me a shirtless scene if I come on, please. I beg of you.
Oh, Sammy, you're getting all this? Good. This is great stuff.
Let's try a new segment for Happy, Sag, Confused. I'm going to call this Care to Explain. Care to Explain, Sam Heughan. Let's look at some photos from your Instagram, and I'm going to pick your brain. Okay, let's take a look.
I don't even want to look.
No, it's good. This is your past. This is your life, Sam.
Who is that?
This is also, by the way, known as the worst possible segment for a podcast listener.
I'm really, really going to enjoy my time with you in Scotland.
God, don't get any ideas from the show. So
Yeah.
this is your headshot. Was that your first headshot?
This is my first headshot from drama school. I was 20 years old. And
Look at that chiseled jaw. Look at that.
I was trying to, I was like, I want to be taken seriously as a dramatic actor.
Right.
And I wanted to play bad guys, so I was trying to like channel a little, without too much, because you're not supposed to have really any expression in a headshot. You're supposed to be quite blank.
Right.
So I was trying to like imbue just a little bit of sort of.
Those soft lips scream evil. Don't look at me like that. Don't look. Okay, let's go to the next one.
You've studied that picture a lot, haven't you?
Yeah, I pulled that off my wall. So this I pulled out of my nightmare last night. That's you as a clown? No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. That's me as a clown. Yeah.
What the hell is that, Sam?
So this is actually in Buenos Aires. I was doing a show called Batman Live, and it was like a stage version of Batman, like a Cirque show, but like a story, and it was like flying and fighting and all this stuff. And that night, my understudy was on as Batman and Bruce Wayne, so I sneaked into the clown costume and went on as a clown. At the very start, they're at the circus and the Graysons are out, and there's this car that drives around and all the clowns fall off. And I'm like, I can do this. So I fall off the stage, and I'm in the front row, is like where the front row is here. And I look up, and it was the producer and DC Comics, like, head producer. and they're all just looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like...
Speaking of Batman, let's go to the next one. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, there you go. With his green bottle.
Those are, yeah, what is that?
That's it's just a water bottle. That's in rehearsals. That's like quite early on. But you can see it's a big suit and you sweat a lot.
Those are your real muscles, I take
Those
it.
are real muscles, yeah. I still have the Batman tattoo on my stomach as well.
In retrospect, a bad choice, but whatever. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, Spy Who Dumped Me. Those guys were pretty funny. You learned something from working with Mila and Kate?
Oh my God, those two are brilliant. Yeah, Mila and Kate. You can see Kate. I mean, look at her. This is it's ridiculous. It was so fun, and this is the first time I met them, and this is like almost like a screen test just to see like chemistry. And actually, in the movie, we were thinking about giving him glasses. and they decided that I looked ridiculous in them.
Right.
So we didn't. But yeah, this is the first day, and I'm not sure who said what, but Miller thinks I'm funny, and that's all that counts.
Are you, I mean, obviously I know from experience we've done a couple really fun sketches together. Have you always been game for comedy? Is that something you want to explore more of in the future? I mean, you're super funny. You're awesome.
Oh, thank you. I never thought I was funny, and I don't think I am. I think I try too hard, but I really loved doing this movie because you know the character, he's very like straight and stiff, and then he learns to kind of relax a bit and enjoy their company. And I think I learned a lot from those two. Like comedy is incredible. Those two are just so at the top of their game. So it was fun just to like learn a bit from them.
Totally. Next one, please.
I don't learn anything from you.
Okay, come on. So that's Katrina, and did I miss the episode when 50 Cent was on Outlander?
Yeah, he's in he's in season 2, the crossover.
Who are the unlikeliest like fans that you've met? Like, have you met? You must have met fellow actors, people you respect, that you're like, oh wow, you really you watch Outlander? Like, I mean, because it covers all stripes, despite like the stereotypes. I feel like anybody can be an Outlander.
Yeah, I met Rita Wilson. I met Tom Hanks's wife, and she was saying how she was a fan. And it is amazing, actually, people that sort of do come up and they sidle up to you, and they're like, I actually like Outlander. I'm kind of watching. And you're like, oh, thanks, that's cool.
It's okay. Say it loud and proud. Yeah. Next one, I think you're going to get some
How many of these have you got? It's a cute photo, isn't it?
Yeah. You were texting me during that.
I was,
photo.
yeah. Leave me alone.
Block Horowitz. Couple more, 2 more. Next one. Yeah. So
there she is in all her glory.
So
Lady
what-
McTavish, as we like to
yeah,
call
what
her.
is the story on Clanlands? When are we going to see the next expression of Clanlands?
Yeah, super exciting. It was, it started off being the idea was a podcast, and I just, in sort of pre-production, thought, you know what, I'm going to shoot this as much as possible, and we made it, really high end. We used three cameras and drones and GoPros, and it was a lot of fun. It's looking great. It's in post-production at the moment, and we're in talks with a few people to sell it. So fingers crossed, it'll be out. And yeah, it's silly and a lot of fun, and he is just such a character. He's wonderful. He's a history buff, Graham. He looks hard and tough as nails, but get him on a tandem bicycle. He does not like it.
One more. This is mostly for me, because I'm a big dork.
Oh my God, so good.
This is pretty recent. You went to Galaxy's Edge pretty recently?
I went to Disneyland last week, and I don't know if you've been. I've never really been like into that sort of thing. And when you walk into the Galaxy's Edge, it's like you're on the planet. There's like stormtroopers walking around giving you hassle, and like you can go into the Cantina bar and there's the robot DJ, and it's you're a big kid basically.
Ever had a Star Wars audition? Have you ever? They're making a bunch of these things.
Never had a Star Wars audition. Because I'm not allowed to be. But I think a lot of my friends have actually been in it. A few people. I'm trying to think if there's anyone on Outlander that's been in it. I don't think so.
Okay. What are the perils of having fans that potentially know the source material better than you? Is that?
Yeah.
That's dicey. I mean,
It
you're
is
supposed to
dicey.
be the expert, and it's like, nah, not so much.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. I mean, it would be impossible, where I'm on catch-up. A lot of people, met Diana's books, a few years ago, and I think they're so vast. There's so many other books you could read. There's a John Gray series as well. So there's so much information that you have to sort of hold. And also, I always forget, where our scripts part, from the books and what we have or haven't shown. Because also we sometimes write stuff or film stuff, and then it never makes it into the show.
Right.
So it's hard to kind of keep track in your mind of everything we've done. So yeah, apologies, but I'm useless.
Well, apologies in advance, because we're going to do some trivia.
Here we go. Okay.
And
Come on then.
this is dangerous, but I'm going to ask the question regardless. Who wants to compete against Sam Heughan in some Outlander
Bring it on.
trivia? Okay. Okay, the lights are up. So I want to get someone from the balcony. I feel like that's
Yeah,
the nice
let's get
thing
the
to
balcony.
do. How about, yeah, can you stand up for me, miss? Yeah, you. Nope, sorry, over here, yes. Okay, so can an usher help, can you actually come on up here? Can someone help her find her way up here?
Did you plant this person?
I honestly did.
Is that your sister or your mom?
That is not a Horowitz. While she comes on up here, you guys can be excited to see this game we're calling Stan versus Star, where Sam's going to compete in some trivia.
I hate you even more. Hate's a strong word. I
Is it
dislike you.
possible?
Yeah.
Is it possible? I'm going to stand up so our new friend can take a seat while
Okay.
I do the trivia. And, yeah. Here she comes, dramatic entrance. That's right.
She ran here. She's game. She's got game.
She's good, she's good. Hey there.
Hi. Good. How are you?
Have a seat.
Thank you.
I think she's done this before.
I have not.
Are you a
Okay.
plant?
We've got some props for you guys. Here you go. Here's an eraser. Here's an
Oh, wow,
eraser.
okay.
Oh,
Right.
we're writing
What's your name?
things?
Can you introduce yourself for us?
Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, hi.
Yeah. Hi.
You. This is my Bob Barker impression.
Right, Elizabeth. If you let me win,
What's in it for me?
what's in it for you? What do you want?
It's a big question.
Sam, horrible question. Horrible.
Drives a hard bargain, this one.
Wow, there's a lot of people here.
There is.
No pressure.
How was your seat? Could you see everything?
It was great.
Good.
Yeah. Thanks, Brittany.
Thanks, Brittany.
Okay. I think, well, I'm not going to pretend to think you're going to know this, but hopefully you do, or else you might lose your gig on the show, Sam. But guys, could you both write down what Jamie's full name is
Really?
on the show?
Can we go
Really?
to the extra credit questions?
We'll get there, we'll get there.
All right. Do I really need to?
You need to prove the basics first. I would hum the Jeopardy theme, but there could be a lawsuit. Really, the only trick will be to see if Sam's
God, this goes on forever, doesn't
Sam
it?
is legible or not. It's like every letter in the alphabet. Okay, turn it around and let's see.
Yeah.
Yes. James Alexander, Malcolm, Mackenzie Fraser, of course. Good job, everybody.
It's a tie.
Good job.
Okay, we're knotted up at 1. Okay, we're gonna get progressively a little harder. What wedding gift does Jamie give Claire? Calm down, everybody. I know you know it. I know.
This happens to you all the time.
It's easier
What,
down
like-
there, just for the record.
What was the question?
What wedding gift does Jamie give Claire? Don't look at me with those eyes. Just write the answer.
You're welcome to give me a clue at any time.
I mean, oh, there you go. He's got it. You both have got it. Okay. Yeah. All right, turn it around, guys. What? Oh, he's doing like a. Okay. Pearl necklace. We will accept it. Yes.
Everyone needs one on their wedding night, don't they?
Fresh. Very fresh.
Again, I'm just going to take the high road and move on. What year did Claire return to the past in season 3? Yeah, see? Yeah. God, this is bullshit. Josh is screwing up. No.
I think it was right. Oh, shoot.
Okay, turn it around, guys.
This is 6 years ago, right?
1745. No, you're closer. It is 1766.
What was the question?
Oh, stop it.
When did she first go back?
No, in season 3.
Oh, I thought you said season 1. Oh, okay.
All right. I'm one up on you now.
I think we're
Oh, that
still
was it.
knotted up.
I
Finally,
didn't hear the
this-
question.
Okay.
This is a tiebreaker. Okay, this is a tough one.
Okay.
I'm one up. How is this a tiebreaker?
Do you want to choose someone else?
It's too late. I'm sitting down.
I notice.
Comfortable.
Can we get you anything?
My legs are crossed.
Elizabeth, it's enough having him on stage be like this way, but you two, I
Sorry.
expected more from you.
It's your show. It's your show. I'm sorry.
All right.
Come on, Josh.
In the iconic season 3 episode A Malcolm, how many times is the word Sassenach said? Just act it out in your brain if you want. No cheating. Come on. It's a little guesstimating. You don't need it.
I've only seen it once, so I don't know.
Yeah. I only say it once. Just FYI.
Let's see who comes closest at least.
I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 5.
Elizabeth says 9. Sam says 5. The answer, 17. Elizabeth, you've won. You've won.
Come on.
Here's a Making of Outlander book from Tara Bennett, signed by Sam Heughan.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Everybody, let's give it up for Elizabeth. Thanks for being up here.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sassenach. 18 times.
Whew, that was competitive. How you feel?
It was. I was sweating. I don't like to lose, to be honest.
Well, do you like to drink? Maybe we should relax with a little bit.
do.
Sammy, do you have anything?
Yay!
Sassenach spirits in the house.
Yay! Oh, it's my baby.
This is hot off the presses. This is your newest venture. This is
It
exciting, man.
is. There you go, dude. You can. Yes.
We really should have
Yes.
done that. In retrospect.
We should have. Yeah, we could have sold a lot.
Should I crack this open? Should I?
Go on then, crack it open.
I don't know if I have the strength. Talk amongst yourselves. Tell me how this came about.
I'll tell you how it came about very briefly. I'd been approached by a few people to do a whiskey, and I really just wanted to be part. He can't open it.
It's childproof.
It is. So I wanted to create something there. You can open it now.
Now you're assuming I can actually open it after you've unwrapped it.
And it's been a really long process, but we're finally there. And this bottle has come by courier on bicycle, pretty much from Los Angeles. But we're releasing here in March and the rest of the States. And I'm super excited. I think you guys will love it, and I'm proud of it. I'm sure we've got enough for everyone here. Yeah.
All right. Shall we, buddy?
Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Sanja. He better like it.
I have one question.
Yeah.
If I drink enough of this, am I going to look like you?
By the time you get to the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really care.
I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, close enough. It's delicious. It's awesome, man. Congrats. Very good.
Thank you. It's so good to see it. I'm just so proud.
Yeah.
It's been a really cool process. So, finally.
Is it better than The Rock's tequila? Can you put it head to head with?
Oh yeah. Have you seen his bottle? But
So you've got a lot going on. Besides, we've obviously talked about season 5. We talked about this, but you're also in a ginormous new movie coming out next month with Vin Diesel called Bloodshot. This has to tick some boxes. I mean, you're going to be in like a crazy superhero movie. Talk to me about what the experience was like. This has to be apples and oranges from Outlander. What's it like to be in a Vin Diesel action superhero movie?
Yeah, well, we have had a discussion about it. But actually, so I went to see Ford versus Ferrari with Katrina. Finally, I just missed it in the UK because I was working, and so by the time I actually could go see it, it left the cinemas in the UK. But I went 2 nights ago. I went, and it was really cool. I went to Times Square, and I went in and sat there in the front row, and Bloodshot trailer was before it.
Perfect.
So I was like, it was really cool. But I mean, firstly, she's brilliant in that movie, and if you haven't seen it, it's so good, and her accent is amazing. It's a tough one. It's really tough. But it's a great movie. I was really captured by it. But yeah, Bloodshot. I saw it last week. I went to a private screening at Sony, and I'm so proud. It's cool. My character, he's slightly troubled. He's slightly.
I'm getting that from the trailers.
He has some issues, but it's cool. The movie is, it starts off very much an action movie, and then it turns it on its head a bit. So yeah, you'll be surprised. It really takes you on this journey, and it turns into a bit of a thriller as well.
Did Vin profess his Outlander love to you at any point? Did he pull you aside and say, Sam, I dig your show? That's the debut of my Vin Diesel impression, by the way.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good starting point.
We're saying when Vin talks,
he talks a bit like that. Gonna make this the greatest movie
and he told me he's Scottish, so he has Scottish roots, I think. But yeah, it was remarkable. He's an incredible man. He started so many different action franchises, and hopefully this will become one as well. And I just think everyone in this movie is so strong.
Yeah, it's a cool ensemble in there, right?
Do you get to see it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I'm on the fence. I mean, no, of course. I'm excited for you, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You have a lot going on. You also shot, I know it's a smaller role, but you get to play an icon in Paul Newman.
Yeah.
Speaking of accents, is that is the American accent generally easy, and is approximating Paul Newman for a role tough?
So, I mean, if you don't know, I played a small part in this movie about Roald Dahl and Patricia Neal. Roald Dahl was he wrote James and the Giant Peach and all these children's stories, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And Patricia Neal was this fantastic actress who was also his wife, and they lost their child. And the film is about the sort of them coming to terms with the grief of losing a child, and then also the creativity that comes out of it. He went off to write Charlie and the Chocolate Factory sort of as an homage to his daughter, and she went off to shoot HUD, which was with Paul Newman, and she won an Oscar, which was fantastic. And if you haven't watched it, you must. It's a really great movie. But yeah, to play him, and not only playing Paul Newman, but playing Paul Newman playing HUD, is quite a challenge because he's from Texas. So, but I really enjoyed that challenge, and the accent's a lot of fun. Yeah.
What are the hardest words for you to approximate in an American accent? Are there a few that just your Scottish tongue can't quite wrap its brain around?
There are certain sounds, but honestly, it's the R. The R. We roll our R's, and you guys are kind of lazy. But there's just there's an ease to American, which is really interesting. And just listening, there's a different tone as well, different resonance to your voices. It's really interesting when you start to break it down. Yeah.
Let's go back to a voice you know very well, Jamie Fraser's. I've already written some crazy dialogue for you in our sketches as Jamie Fraser.
Oh, you wrote that? Oh.
All improvised. But we took the liberty of writing a few phrases that we'll never hear Jamie Fraser say.
Good. Okay. Yep.
Or maybe in a future after-hour sketch you will.
Or I could put them into the show, maybe.
Yeah. Let's see if you can sell these right now. Give us your 4 phrases that Jamie Fraser sadly probably will never say, but he would if he was in the year 2020, I think.
Okay.
Give it your best shot.
I'm trying to remember the voice now. Claire Randall Fraser, my ultimate bae. That's pretty good. Yeah. Big flex, I've met George Washington. Yeah, I don't even understand these. Young Ian offering himself as a replacement to Roger. We have to stand. I took a DNA test. Turns out I'm 100% that Sassenach.
Yes!
I don't even know if that's the voice anymore. You should write for Outlander.
Yeah, there you go. Season 6. I'm available.
Yeah, sort of update it a bit.
So we've joked and talked in the past that, drink up. You're going to need it for these next questions.
It's good, it's good. It's available very soon. You can buy it online.
The James Bond thing, which, I think you've got like 900 people that would vote for you as James Bond in this.
The only 900.
Yeah, no, that's not true. Not true at all. So we know by now, we know that back in the day you auditioned.
Yeah.
And that you're on these kind of amorphous, who knows what they are lists. Have you thought about, like, if you have the opportunity to go up for it again, like what your take on Bond would be?
I think it'd be really good. And there's more to that. Because I think I've got that Roger Moore kind of campiness to it. So, I wouldn't be quite so serious. I'm thinking, let's go the other way with it.
Honestly, I think you're right, because like you don't want to do what Daniel Craig did. You need to do something a little different.
Yeah. So let's...
Were you joking? I think you're right. You're on the right path.
No, I think, honestly, in all seriousness, I mean, I think it's an interesting role, I think it's a tough one, and I think, to be honest, I think it may have been done, but it's hard. I love the Scottish side of him, and I think that they touched on in Skyfall was awesome. But I'm such a huge fan of the Bond movies, and and I worked with Roger Moore years ago, and that was just really cool to meet him and talk to him a bit about it.
You'd have to give up whiskey for martinis. That might be tough.
Never.
How many times today have you worked out?
Just drinking whiskey count.
God, I hope so.
How many times have you worked out, Josh?
I did run today.
Did you?
I had a little jog, yeah.
What did you do? A little jog?
A little jog in the park, Central Park.
Did you?
Yeah.
I loved jogging Central Park. I did it the other day, and it's amazing, isn't it? I think it's like 6 miles or 7 miles.
Not the way I do it.
All right. You jog out of your car and back.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a hot dog cart. And back.
Good. Yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
The start. Well, I'm going to be doing the New York Marathon this year, which is it's really cool. But beginning to realize what that entails and the training I'll have to do for it. So.
We all know about My Peak Challenge in here, of course. What's the best piece of advice you can give somebody trying to motivate, in all seriousness, that's trying to kind of change their life around a little bit and start a new kind of fitness regime?
Yeah, I think it's just little steps, and it's like not being, sort of punishing yourself, I think we all get in this mindset, we must make this big change, and when we don't hit all of those goals every day, I didn't eat right, or I didn't make my workout, or whatever, but it's not about that. It's about, if you can go and do, instead of doing an hour's workout or half an hour, like if you can even fit in 10 minutes, like just get outside and go for a jog to the hot dog cart. It's just, it's those little changes that all add up. And I think, we've got to be realistic in what, our lives as well. It's hard to fit in. We're all really busy. So, but I think, just doing a little bit every day is, whether that's, drinking less whiskey or, no, don't do that.
It's low carb, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to take some questions from you guys. Here's how we're going to do it. Here's how we're going to do it. So if you guys can raise your hands, and there's some ushers that are going to call upon you and bring you to the podiums.
There's a lot of people.
So look to your ushers and make eye contact, and hopefully they'll select a few of you guys to come up to the podiums and ask your amazing questions of Mr. Sam Heughan. So while they do that, Sam, what's life like in the off-season, as it were, from Outlander versus on? Like, when you're doing Outlander, are you able to do anything but Outlander? Is it just all-consuming?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think we're in the off-season right now. I managed during last season to shoot at Clanlands over like 4 weekends, but to be honest, it is all-consuming. And now we have this press tour. We're pretty busy. Obviously, next week we have the premiere. Super exciting. And that first episode, I think you're going to really enjoy it. And then I have a Bloodshot press tour as well in March. So, yeah, it's pretty busy. And then before I know it, I'm going to be back in Scotland and prepping for the next season. So, yeah, it's pretty busy.
So we're going to go to some questions. I just want to preemptively say I'll be the bad cop, because I know literally all of you want photos and hugs and everything. We're just not able to do that. So if you could just say your name loudly into the microphone and give us your wonderful question, and we'll get it to as many of you as we can. Yes, please.
Hi, it's Connie.
Hi, Connie.
How are you? Oh my God. Okay. So
I met a lot of people here, and they've all seen you before, so this is my first. I'm a virgin. Hi.
Wow, we're sharing a lot here, aren't we?
TMI. So my question is, where do you see yourself in about 5, maybe 6 years from now?
Hopefully on a stage with you guys, like talking
Broadway?
about.
Broadway?
Oh well, even yes, of course. Actually, I had a good meeting yesterday with someone, so you never know. But yeah, hopefully doing Outlander, I think is the short answer. You know, we know we have this next season coming up, and then we'll see what happens after that. But I think I think everyone's committed, and we would love to see this through. Thanks, Connie.
Let's go to the other side. We'll go back and forth. Yeah, please.
Hi, my name is Patricia, and I flew from Florida just to see you.
Oh my God! Thank you for
coming.
coming.
Also, so we're very excited being here. What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Well, I know what it will.
Josh
make
doesn't.
me
That's for
happy.
sure.
Unnecessary.
And
Like,
also, yeah, it's gonna be my birthday, so if you can give me just a little hug, it's gonna be
I'm
good.
sure we can sort that out.
Just 30 seconds. Just
It's everyone's birthday here, is it?
yeah, suddenly everybody's
Oh, look,
birthday. I think you can do a virtual hug from here,
Oh,
Sam.
that would be amazing.
I just have to be back
Happy
up.
birthday for when it comes. And I think, to answer your question, I am very happy doing my job. I know it sounds a bit sickly, but I love it. I love the job that I do, and hopefully I can keep continuing to do that and do more projects and have some good opportunities coming up. So Outlanders really has given me so much. This guy.
Yes, please.
Hi.
Hello.
Tammy from Westchester, New York. Woo! Westchester. I have to ask, what really goes on under that kilt?
Under the kilt? What does go on?
Come on, Sam. Talk.
Well, who knows? Well, I think in the trailer you see, the kilt comes back. Finally. Yeah, and it's, a really strong part of Jamie's identity. So it was nice. Do you know what was really weird was putting it back on. It'd been such a long time since we'd done any kilt acting. So it was like an old friend, and it was really fun to get it back on. So I hope you guys enjoy seeing the kilt back in action. And then, obviously, seeing Josh in a kilt will be
That
equally
would destroy
appalling.
your ratings. The only way to destroy your ratings. I feel like I would open your closet and I would just see tons of whiskey and kilts. Basically?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've got.
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Susan from Brooklyn.
Hi, Susan.
All right, so this is a long-winded question, but sorry.
Oh, God.
So you could say that Claire is Jamie's ideal woman, right? So she's beautiful, she's kind, resourceful, passionate, right? So as Sam, what is your ideal woman?
Oh. Well. Depends how much of that criteria you fit.
Well, I'm married, but...
Oh, you are? Oh, sorry. Oh. Is he here?
My husband will be so jealous. That's true. Claire was married too.
Claire is my ideal woman. Yes. Sorry, whatever your husband is. I didn't mean it. There's whiskey. We can.
He's not here.
We can get. He's not. Oh, right. Okay.
No husbands are here tonight. They've all been left behind.
I see one. He's been dragged along.
Did he answer your question
Did
to
I
your
answer your question?
satisfaction?
I don't think so.
Someone like Claire.
Okay.
Someone
There
like
you go.
Claire.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Lean into the mic. We want to hear from you. What's your name?
It's Colleen.
Hi.
I have a much nerdier and less sexy question than everyone's asked already. What's it like to be a Scot and play this character that's pivotal to the American Revolution?
Yeah. I mean, so yeah, it's. I think for us, it's a learning curve because we've, I didn't really know much about the American Revolution, and to see, how America was built, and also, the interaction of all these different people coming here, it was kind of amazing, and to see the sort of the heritage of Scotland kind of going to Canada and to America and to Australia as well. And these traditions as well. So I always wondered why, Americans come to Scotland and they say, like, for years I was like, why they come here and they say that you guys say you know this place. And I'm like, oh, you don't. And then I realized, of course you do, because it's in your genes, it's in your blood. It's your, not many generations ago, actually, people came from Scotland and settled here. So I think that must be really amazing to go back to Scotland for people like yourselves and to feel this this strong connection to a country you've never been to, but yet you know it and you understand it, to be portraying America, which I think is an amazing country, has great ideals, and I'm just happy that we get to tell part of your story, a small part of your huge story.
Thank you.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Aileen from New York City. Anyway, I know you love art. I know you love theater and culture. I have a suggestion. How about moving to New York?
How about what? Sorry?
Moving
we want
to New
you
York.
Here in New York, Sam. We want you to
Moving
move.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what?
We'll welcome you with open arms.
I would love to. I would love to. I honestly, I spent the last 3 weeks in Los Angeles, and then I've been here a couple of days, and honestly, when Outlander's all over, I've been thinking a lot about that. What am I going to do? Where am I going to base myself? And I feel, I don't know, there's something about this city which is really cool. So if you've got a spare room.
Anytime.
I think you have
Upper
options.
East? Okay, I can move around. That's
Yeah.
fine.
He's gonna couch surf.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
My name is Jackie.
Hi,
and
Jackie.
I'm from St. Mauritius, and I'm here with my two beautiful girlfriends up there, Carrie and Regina.
Where are they? They're there.
So I have a comment and a question. So when people ask me, and I'm sure all these women can relate, Outlander, what is Outlander? Because some people are in a hole and they have not seen Outlander yet, which I can't imagine why. And I say it's about love and passion and history, and I just love it. And you have obviously done a lot of things. I tell people, if you're married and you're in a relationship that's not so good, watch Outlander, because it's gonna make it really good. And if you're in a relationship that is really, really good, it's gonna just soar it up there. So you have definitely touched our hearts in a lot of different ways with everything that you've done, My Big Challenge, and all those wonderful things that you do. But did you ever think that you would touch us in such a way in our heart? And it would mean so much to so many women. And I'm not just talking about that.
No comment.
Did you ever
Sam.
think that it was going to be like this?
No, Yeah, I never knew that this job would give me so much and give me access to such amazing people, because I think honestly part of My Peak Challenge, part of the charity work that I do, the other projects that I work on, and Outlander, it's you guys, and it is like you guys are so supportive. You've never asked for anything, we just try and deliver to you, but we really appreciate everything that you support us on, and we're just lucky to have you. So I'll touch you all later.
Thank you.
When you watch the next season.
And he said he doesn't do comedy. Come on, you. All right, time for a few more. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Yolanda. I'm from the Bronx. Unlike the other lady, I am single, and I have room, and I could cook. So when I'm not watching Outlander, I love music, and I just was wondering what kind of music you like other than Taylor Swift, like rock, heavy metal.
What kind of music do you like? For those that couldn't hear the question, yeah.
Yeah,
When
what
you're
kind of music?
working out, what do you listen
I'm pretty eclectic. Honestly, I do, and I know it's a really dumb answer, and I think, but you know, I love everything. My uncle actually, excuse me, so in the show, he builds wicker. He built the stag that gets burnt in last season, and this season the fiery cross he actually built as well. He's an amazing man, but he's also a musician and plays a lot of Scottish music and like traditional. And I kind of grew up with that in the background. But honestly, I love anything. I mean, I love sort of local Scottish bands, but I also love dance music. I love Taylor Swift so much right now. Yeah, I'll listen to anything, to be honest. Do I have any
pets?
Pets? No, I was thinking about getting a cat, but I just don't know if I can. Yeah, I looked after Eddie, which is Katrina's cat, for a few days, and that was it. Never again.
Too much responsibility?
Eddie,
What happened?
Eddie's this beautiful, beautiful cat. It's a little bit on the large side, but don't tell Katrina. And Eddie would not let you sleep. She wants to sleep on your head. So when I closed the door and put Eddie outside, she would then all night just scratch the door. So I got no sleep for like 3 days. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So yeah, it's a lot of responsibility, cat.
Thank you. Last couple over here, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Chris from Jersey.
Hi, Chris.
You had a lot of challenging scenes as an actor. What was the most challenging thing that you had to do as a producer?
Oh. I mean, so on this show, you know, I don't think we've really sort of reached our full potential of being producers, but certainly I think the last episode is very challenging for the viewer and the content. So as a sort of creative process, it was very rewarding, but it was quite difficult. But to be honest, I've been doing I've been trying to find a lot of other projects as well. I have a couple of things that I'm working on, that various plays and movie scripts. So I don't know, that side has been really rewarding for me. It's like working on something else gives you more energy, and then that energy feeds back into Outlander. So I've really enjoyed that. But yeah, I guess in answer to your question, the last episode is gonna be interesting.
Do you like my shirt?
Sorry?
Do you like my shirt?
I love your shirt. It says Scotch on the rocks.
Thumbs up.
So cheers to that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Over here, yeah.
Hi, Sam. Jack. I wanted to ask you, my name is Marshenza. I grew up in New York, and I live in Connecticut. I wanted to ask you, with all the changes that are going on with Outlander and the cast and the background people and such, is that going to have an impact on, I mean, we know season 5 is coming out. Season 6 is going to come out, we think, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what do we see is going to happen or changes? I mean, the first thing I think of is, I forgot her name, but the one who did all the outfits.
Terry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Terry's gone, and
Yeah.
there's some other people leaving and whatnot. How is that going to impact the show as we know it?
Yeah, it's a great question, but hopefully it won't impact it at all. It'll just, you know, bring new life and new energy to the show. And I think I would love to see what you guys think. You know, I think this season we have a new costume designer, and the team are amazing. Really enjoyed working, both with Terry, who is, of course, an absolute genius. But it felt right, I think, for her, and I think it felt right for us as well to change it up. You know, we're in America now, so there is a distinct change in the feel of the costumes, but it should be so subtle that you don't really notice it. And I think all TV shows have this kind of sort of cycle of creatives coming and going. And you know, from season 1 we have a completely different cast to season 2 and 3 and 4. So But I think that all generates and makes us better, the people that have to stay, you know, they're still in there. It makes us better because we're constantly learning from them. So, yeah, I think you're gonna love the show this season.
And I also read somewhere that season 6 is going to take a long time. Is there any truth to that?
I mean, any longer than it already does. If I can get my lines right, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but I heard that, I know you make jokes about your makeup and you're this and you're that, but is there going to be a longer time between when it actually comes out? Because we can't stand Outlander.
No, I haven't heard that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Short answer.
Great. So before we wrap it up here, we're going to end with one more kind of little rapid fire thing for you, Sam. I'm calling this Amateur Analysis with Josh Horowitz. First word that comes to your mind, I'm going to run through a few significant words. Ready, buddy?
Okay.
Okay, first
here
word.
we go. Help me out if you can.
Whiskey.
Sassenach.
Kilt.
Warm.
Did I miss it? What?
Warm.
Oh, warm. Got it.
Okay.
Red coat.
No. No.
Don't help him out, guys. Leave him out on his own.
I like this.
Horse.
Sleepy.
Bond.
Never say never.
Shirtless.
Again.
Cheer.
Slanja.
Katrina.
Friend.
Fans.
The best.
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! All right, guys, couple reminders before we go. You know it, Season 5, February 16th on Stars of Outlander. Bloodshot's out next month, March 13th. Go to sassenachspirits.com. Enjoy this great new drink from our friend. Some thanks to Sammy Heller, Brian Jackson, all the folks at New York Comic Con, Symphony Space, and most of all, you guys for coming out on this rainy night in New York.
Thank you all so much for coming. It was so nice. I really appreciate it.
And so ends another edition of Happy, Sad, Confused. Remember to review, rate, and subscribe to this show on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm a big podcast person. I'm Daisy Ridley, and I definitely wasn't pressured to do this by Josh.